for UG and PG program. Sir has successfully guided 7 PhD scholars up till now, and few are still working under Sir's able guidance. Sir has also guided 35 students for master's degree. He has published various national and international papers. To his credit, he is having more than 15 plus national and 80 plus international publications. He has also presented few of the papers in India and Japan, while these publications are from United States, Germany, Canada, China, and Singapore. He has published few of the books. To list few of them, one of them is a strategy for CFG induction using genetic algorithm. Another one is clustering techniques for content-based feature extraction and segmentation of multiple touching handwritten Devanagari characters. Sir has also published a patent on the topic optimal resource management strategies, which is a virtual machine migration perspective. To his credit, he is having various consultancy projects, of which 3 are ongoing. He has fetched more than 10 lakhs research grant from different funding agencies. He has also received various awards like Institution of Engineers from Lokmat Publication as a best teacher and many more. Apart from this, he is working as the nodal center in charge for Amrita Virtual Lab, which is an MHRD project since 2012. He has also worked as regional students coordinator for CSI, that is Computer Society of India, Region 6, Maharashtra and Goa section. He has worked as member board of studies for computer engineering from 2014 to 2015, and presently he is working member board of studies for information technology in Savitribai Phule Pune University. He is also working, or he is also part of member board of studies in Government College of Engineering Karad, as well as Kaviyatri Bainabai Chaudhary, North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon. He has contributed as a member of Anti-Ragging Raghavan Commission by representing for Sri Shanta Gadge Baba Amaravati University in 1997. He is part of organizing, conducting and designing various workshops in different parts of Maharashtra as well as other states like Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. He is part of Computer Society of India, IEEE and Institution of Engineers section. We are very fortunate enough to have him as an expert session for this expert session. I welcome you, sir, and request you to start with your session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll be starting the session. Immediately, just let me confirm and please acknowledge the presentation. Sir, the presentation is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Presentation is visible?
The presentation visible. So play करा त्याला play.
Okay.
Sir, presentation is in file open mode. Can you play it?
Is it?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, sir.
I am seeing it with the full screen. I am seeing it with full screen.
Maybe, sir, the slideshow screen is not shared. The other window is shared.
It is visible, sir.
Visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, let us start then. Good afternoon, dear all participants of this workshop. Thanks to Paul sir for his earlier session. Though he was in very high rush, we could manage it and deliver the good lecture for our FDP. My session is the substitute of some other session which is already scheduled and planned by Professor Aditya Abhyankar, but because of certain urgencies, he could not join us today. So my session is the substitute for him. And I will be delivering the session on futuristic paradigm in quantum computing. See some brief technical issues and the basis of quantum computing has been already highlighted by Paul sir in his session, and during our earlier session of the inauguration, we have reached to the various aspects, various issues in the quantum computing and the current scenario of the quantum computing. Now, though we are saying that quantum computing is going to change many more things in the coming years, looking towards those expected changes, I have tried to make this presentation towards the futuristic paradigm in quantum computing. The issue is that the futuristic paradigm, unless we are not aware of or we are not knowing the expected changes, will not be preparing ourselves for accepting those challenges, accepting those changes, and proceeding towards the development of quantum computing and development in all aspects, for the hardware development, for the software development, and many more things. Now, when we talk about the issues related to the developmental aspects, including hardware and software, so all these today's available hardware and softwares are working with certain basic principles of the theoretical computer sciences, of the design aspects, of the logic gates, of the transistor arrangements, and of the integrated circuitries. And quantum computing is going to challenge all these existing hardware and software configurations, including the algorithms, as the quantum computing will be working with many other parameters which were not taken into consideration while designing and developing the hardware, the software platforms, the algorithms that we are using today. So it becomes a need of an hour to review the basics, of science and engineering, that we need to review and to understand the appropriate relevance of these basics with the research and further applications. Unless this issue is not clear to us as a researcher, as a faculty, we will not be addressing the proper contents, proper issues, proper matters to be delivered to the students, to be delivered into our research area. So basic theorems, basic algorithms we need to review, looking towards the quantum computing, the nature of spinning of the electron in the orbits, how those spinning motions of the electrons can be collected together with their different natures, synchronization of those, and then converting those in the qubits, and then further enhancing the application development, including the hardware development, software development. So these issues we need to understand properly before working with the research areas in the quantum computing, or even the hardware and the software platforms of the quantum computing. So while reviewing, one must have this question in the mind that how quantum computing can change existing computers and taking to the new computing revolution. Yes, there will be new computing revolutions after the entire implementation or the expected implementation of the quantum computers in the various applications. Now, when we think of this how question related to the quantum computing, the basic motto behind is the need of various applications in the field of artificial intelligence, in the field of machine learning, in the field of virtual reality, augmented reality. Those needs nearly real-time processing, near real-time output obtaining from those processings, and then appropriately passing those to the respective users, to the respective societies for further consideration, for further interpretation as the information. So this is the basic motto of reviewing towards the quantum computing and how it will be changing the existing computation as a new revolution in the computations. Now, when we talk about the new revolution in the computations, so these computations are not merely the arithmetic and logical computations. Along with that, we need to review, we need to regenerate the algorithms toward the accessing methodologies. Accessing methodologies can be the methodologies towards the accessioning of the memories. And accessioning of memories can be read, write, or the execute, or the other type of applications like caching and many more conceptualities. But all these, to what today we are observing, we are experiencing, we are implementing, we are developing in these particular accessing methodologies are definitely going to change with new revolution towards the computations, because whatever computational speeds will be there, those should be matched with the accessioning methodologies available, so that at least the cost of computation cannot be compromised, or user need not to compromise at the cost of computation or at the cost of accessioning methodologies of the data, of the information. When we talk about this, one more thing comes to the mind, that whether we are rightly going towards the building of the quantum computing with the exponential view. Because see, everywhere in the earlier two sessions, we come to know that there are 128-bit computations and many more computations which are nowadays considered as, in terms of quantum computing, I am talking about. Nowadays, those are considered as exponential computational speeds and their views towards the computational speed, towards the accessioning of this data, information, processing, and then further giving as an output. Now, all these quantum computing buildings are to be seen with the exponential view, and that exponential view is possible only when we are with basics of the statistics, we are with the very strong basics of the probabilistical approaches being implemented till date and further considered for the upcoming changes into the technology of quantum computing. With such changes into the quantum computing, it is expected that commercially this quantum computing should become a reality. Commercially, those should be available. Commercially means in terms of the cost of computing, cost of memories, cost of accessioning of the methodologies, and very important is monetary cost. Then only we will see that such quantum computers are reality in coming days. And to enhance such realities, we should be well prepared to accept the challenges in the quantum computing, so that by overcoming those challenges, we will see the quantum computing with its all associated mechanisms are commercially real, and we will be making use of those in the real world applications. As I told you that whatever structures, whatever developments, algorithms, designs we have today, or we have developed, or we are experiencing today, beyond that, this quantum computing will take us. And when we go beyond that, there may come certain questions, there may be certain challenges over the existing theorems, existing basic paradigm of the implemented algorithms, implemented designs, implemented logics towards the acceptance of quantum computing speeds, quantum computing challenges. Because today we know the things are available with the format of zeros and ones, but it is something beyond that. It is in between that, and in between zeros and ones, there are various possibilities that this can occur, that can occur, or this can be streamlined towards the zeros, this can be streamlined towards the ones, or there can be the average of these towards 0, towards 1, or many more things will be coming. And to understand all those philosophically, we need to review the existing science theorems and the basics with the conceptuality of working with the quantum computations, with the working with the quantum spinning motions of the electrons in the respective orbits, on the similarity, on the discrimination, and on many more parameters to understand the basic behavior of those spinning of the electrons in that particular structure. That is why we need to review the existing implemented conceptualities for accepting the quantum computations. Now, basics of quantum computing for superconductivity are particles that carry the fraction of the change of an electron. Let us consider this as an issue. When we talk about the fraction of change of an electron, what this fraction of change means. In the quantum physics, in the electron spinning mechanism, in the nuclear magnetic mechanisms, we have studied, we are well aware that those are basis or those are based on the spinning motions of the electron revolving in the orbits. And further, those spinning motions we would like to make use towards the superconductivity of those particularly respective particles of those respective atoms. Now, when we will be achieving superconductivity, it means that through such a superconductivity, the things will be at a very faster rate as compared to the whatever rate of computations we are experiencing, at a faster accessioning methodologies as compared to the whatever accessioning methodologies today we do follow. And all this fraction of changes of the electron, which will be leading towards the superconductivity, we must understand, we must take into consideration when we talk about the quantum computing and the basics for that. Now, when suppose we are marching towards the implementation of such kind of quantum computing with the theoretical changes, with the newly adoptable algorithms, then the functionalities of the systems at a very low temperature and extremely high magnetic field is expected. Because though we are well marched towards the development of the hardware and software, but those hardware and software developed today are having certain restrictions of their functionalities with respect to the temperature and the magnetic field in which they are working. Likewise, whatever ICs, whatever digital circuitries we are working with, depending on the temperature, their functionalities are affecting. As well, the higher and higher magnetic fields are available therein, wherein we are supposed to execute such kind of programs with the support of hardwares. And when there is high magnetic fields, there are bound to be various frictions, various high level temperatures or the low level temperatures in those circuitries with those particular applications. And we need to address these issues. And these issues will be something beyond whatever the things are expected for the quantum computing. And we need to cross over such beyond boundaries for the proper understanding and proper implementation of the quantum computing mechanisms with respect to the low temperature and extremely high magnetic fields. Once we understand this phenomenon, then only we will be comfortably developing and designing the hardware and software related to the quantum computing, and the researchers have reached to certain conclusions on these issues, and based on that, certain quantum computers are available with some of the applications on the trial basis. So changes are expected in the today's algorithms to get quantum computing implemented with a faster rate, and quantum simulation simulates on quantum computers, and based on these we need to understand the expected changes, expected algorithms, their parameters, their changes on the time scale. And then that time scale may be with the varying time units, as Dr. Chaudhary has rightly pointed out in his inaugural speech, in his keynote, that we need to address the speed units when we talk about the quantum computers for their simulations and for their implementations in the physical world. To quote some example, fast forwarding of quantum systems bypasses the time energy uncertainty principle. Yes, we have studied this time energy uncertainty principle in physics. And the fast forwarding of the quantum system, which is the need of the applications that today we are lagging with. Those applications we need to be developed. We want everything to be virtually available. We want everything to be implemented with a time gap of not even more than nanoseconds. How to achieve this? And to achieve this, there are the pathways available which are expected to bypass the time energy uncertainty principles, for which the many researchers are working, and fortunately we are in a position to comment something on these kind of issues related to the quantum computing for the fast forwarding of the quantum systems. Quantum computing has already progressed from an experiment to a tool to an apparatus that is now making advances in the venture of tackling the complex issues. In the morning also, we have seen, we have learned that there are many complex issues in the quantum computing, and those issues are taken into consideration by various researchers, and they are coming up with the solutions. Experts expect that the world has gone into the quantum decade. Yes, today we are saying that this decade is the quantum decade, and era when venture starts to see quantum computing's business esteems. So every business is going to be implemented with the quantum computing esteems at their respective places, at their respective application-oriented systems. The advances in the equipment, software development, and the administrations approve the technologies, its momentum, which is making it ready for additional breakthroughs in the years coming together. Now, in the coming era, maybe in the era means now there is change in the definition of era. Era is now not the span of 10, 15 or 20 years. Era is now becoming the span of 2, 4, 5, 6 years at the most. Now, in the coming era, let us say in 2022 itself, we will be experiencing great changes into the market for inhabitability and reception of these kind of revolutionary technologies and their acceptance. And such kind of era will change the entire scenario of changing the computations through quantum computations. Yes, the quantum computing is a race underway going. Various governments worldwide have resourced more than $25 billion to quantum research and development. Now see, here I would like to address something that when we talk about the life of any technology, then we must see what is the investment in that technology implementation, in the research of that technology, and the level of implementation, or rather the expected level of implementation of that technology. Around $25 billion are already poured into the research and development of this kind of technologies by various governments, apart from the corporates. Technical giants, technical big players like IBM, Google, Alibaba, Microsoft, Amazon, and different organizations are in the competition to adopt quantum computing as an ordinary tool for business. Yes, they are now marching towards the acceptance of quantum computing as an ordinary tool for their businesses. Just to quote, IBM pronounced its plan to assemble a 1000 qubit quantum computer by 2023. Now, so 2023 means after 1 or 1.5 years at the most, we will be having, IBM is planning to have the 1000 qubit quantum computer available for the various applications, and they may launch it in the coming days. A very first time in the technological business, they furthermore broke new grounds in the last month by the IBM revealing their Eagle, which is a cutting-edge processor that is apparently the most remarkable quantum computing processor created by them, and thus Cloud pioneer a notable new path in the world of information technology. Already IBM has taken such issues and they are working with their implementation, and as an example, Eagle is the outcome of all these efforts. In the today's morning session, the access for such system, Chaudhary sir has already announced that access of such systems are available on to the sites of IBM. We can visit and we can study those. Not simply big technology companies, well-funded startups have likewise designed the quantum computing space to develop hardware algorithms and the security applications, and some of them can be named here, but we will not go into the details. But to summarize that, yes, many enterprises and working with the opportunities, rather I can say that the ocean of opportunities towards the enterprises for implementation of their applications through the quantum computations, and many of such organizations are in the process of implementation of these. To quote one more example, Google has additionally asserted that it has arrived to the quantum matchless quality, and their quantum matchless quality, though it was questioned by some of the other organizations, but yes, they are still working with that and trying to overcome the hurdles and trying to overcome the issues related to the implementation of various applications. A few specialists similar to the Intel's head of quantum hardware, Jim Clark, imagine that the genuine objective ought to be quantum practicality. Quantum practicality is one of the issues, one of the challenges that is already addressed, and many research organizations are working on this, and fortunate enough considerations are there. Those are leading towards the acceptability of quantum computation. through such quantum computations, different analysis and drives with quantum computing by the big technological companies, by the big organizations, are setting out an ocean of open doors to the various IT companies, to the various multidisciplinary companies, through the various innovations, and getting those innovations converted into the product through the quantum computing support and implementing those applications in the benefit of societies. There are many examples we can quote, but to overcome that, by passing those, I will address some other issues. That the quantum computing additionally fundamentally diminishes the time to the market. Yes, as the one of the important characteristics of the quantum computing, it diminishes the time to the market. Even the definition, or not the definition, but rather the units of the times are expected to get changed. So based on that, the additional fundamentally acceptability will be there very soon. For instance, to quote some example, a drug organization may essentially decrease an opportunity to showcase or to demonstrate new medications for the treatment of the patients at different levels of the operations, at the different level of the deepness of the operations and eradication of those diseases. In finance sector, it could be empowering the quicker and more complicated Monte Carlo type of simulations needed for the stock markets, their practicability in the trading, in the trajectory optimization, in the market instability, and many more, to overcome the today's issues, today's problem of such finance sectors. We can take help of such quantum computations, and we can predict many more things in advance for further considerations, for further implementations. See, there are many issues being addressed for the quantum computing worldwide. Many universities, industries, researchers are working for these kind of implementations with the best possible outcome through various applications in the benefit of societies. Quantum computing stands for to change everything. Yes. Are we ready for that? We need to address this particular issue when we talk about the academic institutions, when we talk about the research going on into the academic institutions, into the research and research organizations, and our mindset to accept those in the form of quantum computation. Quantum data science is one of the arising fields that consolidates the properties of quantum mechanisms with processing, with detecting and networking of computing of quantum technologies. Processing, detection and networking of the quantum technologies are nowadays challenges for all of us, because when we talk about the quantum computation, It needs to be supported with the proper matching, synchronized speed of transmission, as well the speed of processing, as well the speed of conversion from analog to digital, digital to analog, and many more things. In that capacity, the quantum data science ready to drive progressive advances across the huge range of fundamental regions, from the public safety to energy exploration to the improvement of new materials to the customized prescriptions and many more applications. So there are many areas that may be benefited from the quantum computing and their advancements. Quantum computing takes advantage of peculiarities of the quantum mechanisms to dissect, decipher, and utilize genetic measures of the information to tackle complex issues. See, ultimately, whatever complex applications are there, if we are in a position to work out with the algorithms with less complexity as much as possible for all of us, and get those less complexities executed by the speed of the quantum computers, the things will be more easy. And with this approach, quantum computing will probably be vital to the mathematical faith of organizations everywhere in almost every field. This guarantee of quantum technology has generated numerous evangelists, even as a huge scope reception of quantum frameworks, which remains determinedly far off, not too far off. We can see that, yes, those are not far away from all of us. Very soon, those will become the practicability and reality through the quantum data science, through the other related methodologies, other related techniques. If you need, or if you have desire to transform these kind of guarantee or this kind of assurance into the real world and become a quantum leader in that respective field, it is fundamental that your association adjust its assets, needs, ability, energy, and vision. Yes, we should be addressing properly quantum computing as an asset, the needs of the quantum computing, their abilities, energy issues, and based on all these, the vision of making use of quantum computations, quantum computers towards the benefit of society. That is why we are asking that, are we ready for it? If we are addressing these issues, then only we can say that, yes, at a specific level, we are ready to absorb the challenge, to face the challenge of quantum computing in the upcoming era of the time. Now, this is a time to consider this as an opportunity for all of us to get quantum computer, quantum systems as a part of our regular life. The pioneers of quantum technologies could only imagine what present day computing technology could accomplish. Then we can go for further implementation of those. Be that as even as the computational abilities of the traditional, that is traditional means as on date whatever we are using as a binary or the digital platforms, computing keeps on advancing our regular needs of the computations are getting increased day by day, and assortment of issues stay past in the scope as the scope of the existing devices, and we need to surpass all those. Similarly, as the logical world was flipped completely around when the traditional comprehension of actual frameworks of the hardware and software was overtuned by the early quantum scholars, the requirements of old style processing are being tested by the guarantee of quantum computing, and slowly with such testing, with such guarantee, with such assurance of the implementation, or rather we can say the proper and perfect implementation of quantum computing, we are marching slowly, not slowly, but rather at a pace towards the implementation of all sectors, all applications, which needs the computational speed. There are many areas that may benefit from these kind of advancements in the quantum computation. The long and exorbitant exertion from the hypothesis to practice for quantum technologies makes one miracle, makes one wonder. What are the dangers and the advantages of the quantum computing that legitimate the significant assets required? In the earlier session, one of the participants has asked that what are the disadvantages of quantum computations or of quantum computing. Paul sir has rightly pointed out the disadvantage. I would like to add over here that along with that, the mindset of acceptability of quantum computation and the need of application for using the quantum computation is again one of the hurdles in this path. We need to properly analyze the need of quantum computation and respective applications at a faster rate, because if you compare the era of 25 years back, 15 years back, 5 years back, and today's era, the things have changed from, let us say, the transmission speed. Those have changed from bits to bytes to kilobytes to megabytes, now gigabytes and even terabytes. And this has happened over this period of only 20 to 25 years. It means that the implementation of the researchers, implementation of the new upcoming technologies have enhanced these applications, and even today we are not satisfied with the implementation of the technologies towards the applications that we are regularly day-to-day in our day-to-day life working with. We want something more. We want some more. And that is the next era of quantum computation in its own style to get adoptable, to get adopted by all of us. If all information and communications were meaningful by anyone with a quantum computer, no touchy data would be secure. We need to address the data and its security as well. Likewise, we have to hypothetically think before implementation of such issues, before implementation of such technologies. If your hypothesis is perfect, then there will be the easiness in the deployment of applications through the support of quantum computation. Now, with this, we need to look towards the innovativeness and the challenges towards the quantum computation. Understanding the capability of quantum computing, it requires new equipment and programming explicitly intended for that specific reason. Yes, we need to understand the requirement, and not only the requirement, but with that requirement, proper implementation surrounding with the proper appropriate programming tools and techniques for the specific application. This needs to be addressed, and this is what one of the innovative challenges in the deployment of the quantum computing. Early and generally took on the quantum mechanics, which utilizes the superconducting material. We have earlier seen that, which are demonstrated to work with the actual impacts, like, to quote some example, superposition and entrapment that give the advantages of the quantum computing. We need to look into that, because the superposition and the entrapment, these are the issues when we work with the quantum computations, when we look at the qubits, their operations, their synchronization with the marginal tolerance limits, so that those can be streamlined towards the specific digits, towards the specific bytes, and then further considering those for the processing of the data. Be that as a superconducting circuit, its requirement amazingly towards the temperature and the high or the huge electric and magnetic fields, we need to work out on that, which regularly implies numerous, costly and stationary cooling frameworks. Because when even say for any of the applications, when we are working with the today's digital circuitries, one of the major issues is the maintenance of the temperature of those circuitries, and huge costs are being spent, huge costs are charged to maintain the temperature with today's available digital circuitries, and the implementation of the programs, algorithms, their complexities, their accessibilities through such kind of devices. Now, even if suppose we are in a position to save such kind of cooling frameworks for a stationary surrounding, for a stationary environment towards the quantum computations, then many applications can be easily, with a lesser and lesser cost, deployed for the applications towards the society benefits. Though these are the issues, challenges in the quantum computing, there are many more things that can be shared, but as per the suggestion or as per the need of the today's sessions, I stop here just because we want to stick up with the time, and if time permits, maybe in some other session I will go into the deeper sense of such futuristic paradigm of quantum computations and their implementations. Thank you very much for your patience listening. I expect some interactions with the participants. Please.
Attendees, those having any query, they can ask by unmuting themselves.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, this is Prachi Shahane from SIS GST, Navi Mumbai. It just to acknowledge, sir.
Yes,
Thank you
please.
for such a session and sharing knowledge about quantum computing. Actually, sir, I am your student from AEC Chikhli. It's
Okay.
almost 20 years, and it's a very pleasant and very pleasant surprise, sir, to hear you and Gumaste sir after so long.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir.
Thanks, Prachi. Thanks, Prachi. You remember us. Thanks
Yes.
for. Yeah.
So definitely, sir. Definitely.
Now, be in contact
It's
with
not
us.
possible to forget the teachers, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Be in contact with us in future as well.
Yes, sure, sir.
Okay.
Yes, anyone, they can unmute and ask the question. Those who want to ask a query. Yes, anyone? We are actually expecting some queries. The session must be interactive. Okay.
The upcoming sessions are again more interesting towards the in-depth of the quantum computation.
I think
Sir, while filling the feedback, surname is not there.
Yes, yes.
Sir, your name is not there while filling the feedback.
Okay, it will be replaced. Sir, please take care of.
okay.
Sir, you just re-download that sheet. It is there. You just check it out again.
Okay.
Okay, I think there is no further questions, so I will.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah. Please ask.
I was having I was listening to the session throughout the things. I need to ask one thing, sir. Like, what are the future research scopes of for quantum computing, and what can be the additional?
Sir, can you please be a bit louder? Your voice is not clear, sir. Please.
What can be the research? Like, my voice is not good, and my health is not actually good, so that's the reason. The question is like, what can be the future research topic of quantum computing, and which area of domain the research will be going through? Because we, as an aspirant of doing research, so we explore different fields. So I just want to ask, what are the research areas in quantum computing?
I understand your question, that what are the different possibilities of the different areas of the research in quantum computing?
Yes, sir, exactly.
See, basically, today a good quality research is going on towards the quantum computing hardware. First area, how to design, develop the quantum computing hardware with the different types of material like nanomaterials, with the different types of alloys that will be having different electronic configuration structure, and these are the very basic things that we need to look into the matter. See, when you think of, or anybody think of going towards the research in any of the field, it is nothing but going as close as to the basics of that field. As close as you go to the basics of that field, you are becoming that strong researcher. For example, even this name of quantum computing, we might have studied this in the standard 12th while seeing the electronic configuration of an atom. We might have seen the spinning motion of the electron in the orbit. If you remember this, you might have studied in the chemistry that P, SP, PSP, these are the three different categories of the electron spinning motions into the orbits. Now, this quantum computing is just extension of that. It means that we are trying to understand the basics of whatever is existing. It is research. It means that research. Things are already available, but we have not reached to that particular depth. So as much depth as we can reach, we can address those in-depth issues, those in-depth knowledge of that particular subject. And to address your question, this is nothing but going towards the basics of the quantum computing for implementation of those basics to the hardware, and in the support of that hardware, what are things which we need to change in the algorithms. For example, let us say today we are executing, this is for all participants as well. Let us say I am working with some hardware which is digital, having understanding of the zeros and ones, and I am looping something for I is equal to 1 to 10,000. Now, when I go towards the implementation of the quantum computation, so this I is equal to 1 to 10,000 will become something else. This will be in between that I is an integer. This will be in between that something else. Are you getting? And we need to understand that. And these are the various research areas wherein we can explore ourselves for going through the research in the quantum computing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Okay, sir.
Yes, anyone else? So shall we conclude? I will request Yauka sir, please say the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank Professor Dr. M.U. Kharath for giving his in-depth knowledge about the futuristic paradigms in quantum computing. He also made us aware of the need for shift in paradigm and the innovative challenges, while giving the details of areas that may be benefited due to this advancement. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our request on a very short notice and enlightening us with your in-depth knowledge about quantum computing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, More sir, for giving me a chance to get
Thank you, sir.
interacted with this August gathering of the participants.
Thank you, sir. So by this session, I will announce today's all sessions are over. And tomorrow we will start our session at the time. Okay. So submit your feedback and attendance result. Karthik sir, do you have any announcement?
Sir, session 3 feedback form is not opening.
Yes, feedback committee, please answer.
Feedback 3 is link is not opening.
Yes, feedback committee, please take
Sir, please coordinate it and share it on the group or on the respective email IDs of the participants so that they can be in a position to complete the assignment and complete the task.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please take it on priority.
Yes, sir.
The link is already shared. Please go through the chat box. Mr. Rathod, Mansingh Rathod, please go through that. It is shared by Professor Gumaste. Can you access it?
It is your session 3 attendance submitted by participants or participants.
Still we are facing, sir. the error is coming. The form session 3 attendance FDB quantum computing is no longer accepting responses. Like that, the message is coming.
Refresh, sir. Please refresh.
Refresh.
Fill the form.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Sir, form link is available, but form is not opening.
Please refresh it once. Please refresh it once.
Try reopening it.
Actually working, sir. I have submitted.
Sir, actually, form is available, and it is, but as per my knowledge, the time of the filling this form is expired.